It's not a surprise to hear that most long distance relationships fail due to a lack of physical intimacy. I mean, at this point, we could just say it's just a fact, right? If you've ever been in a long distance relationship, you know how fucking hard it is to maintain it. And I think you can do all these awesome things that are necessary. You can buy each other gifts, you can play games online, you can watch movies online, you can do everything you can to fulfill the emotional needs of a regular relationship. But for a lot of people, especially people like me, physical intimacy is up there in terms of priorities for a relationship. It's really tricky. My relationship is was on the breaking point of failing because of my lack of awareness to it and not knowing how to fulfill that need while I was away. So how do we fulfill this need? You know, and for a lot of us, we're pretty loyal people, and we don't want to just give our bodies away to people, right? To fulfill that need, because that would just be the easy way out. And I agree with that. I don't think that's the answer. So what is? First of all, I want to say I'm going to be speaking based off of my experience. I don't think this is universal to everybody in a long distance relationship, and I don't think it's applicable to everybody because everybody's different. Everybody functions in totally different ways. Before I move on, what I'm about to say might sound what you call a spiritual, new age, and even a little bit hippie, so I still encourage you to keep an open mind. If you look at our bodies in terms of made up of these 7 energy points called chakras, you have different energy points responsible for different necessities of the body and the material mind and the spiritual mind. One of them is the sacral chakra, which we know as responsible for creativity and desire, sexual desire, and passion. When that need isn't being met, and especially your physical intimacy needs, when those aren't met and your sexual needs aren't met, it can cause a lot of sexual frustration and just a lot of anger, and it can also manifest into like just a desire to fulfill that need with any attractive woman. You start to see every woman as insanely attractive, and you want to express that part of yourself, which is understandable. It's how the body works. It's just how we're designed as humans, and there's nothing to judge about that. And I think that's where us guys, we get it wrong a lot of the time, is because our first and usually our only response to that is no, that's wrong, I can't feel this way, let me repress this, and let me this is how dare I have this feeling to be with somebody else, how dare I do that to my girlfriend or to my wife or whoever, which is valid. I have so much respect for you for that. And like it's not easy to, because it's a bodily function, it's a bodily need. So like to just force yourself to not act on it, I think that's incredible willpower. Now, how do we fulfill this need without giving or compromising our bodies to somebody that we may not have this connection with and betraying the one that we love if we're in a monogamous relationship? I think it's complex but also simple at the same time. I think it's complex in the sense that this comes in many different forms for different people. Simple in the fact that once you do find that form, it's a lot easier to navigate. And once you can identify the feeling coming up and you know how to deal with it, that's when it becomes easy. It's complex in the beginning because it's super messy. I'll get into a story real quick. Last summer, 2024, me not realizing this exact scenario that I'm giving you happened to me. I started having this attraction towards other women and wanting to be with them, and I saw that as, oh, maybe that just means I don't want to be in the relationship anymore, and I have to tell my girlfriend this. I can't live not telling her about this, and it led to me wanting to break up with her, which arguably I could have handled things a lot better, and I'm human, I make mistakes, I'm not the best, but I guess that's how things played out. So it caused this messy ride. Now learning from my mistakes, identifying when those desires come up is super crucial, because it's not about repressing them anymore, or it's not about judging them. It's about more so letting them through, accepting them. Because once you do that, you can feel yourself in a more calmer, more in more of a state of being able to make proper decisions, not out of anxiety. And then you're able to figure out how to resolve it. And my way of resolving it, I literally just found this today, but it's through improv contact dancing. As weird as it sounds, you dance with these other people in this non-judgmental environment, and the whole goal is to find another person to maintain physical contact with and explore this sort of intimacy with them in a platonic way. Continue to just flow in this dance with them and allow yourself to express yourself in whichever way necessary. I think that was really cool for me because of how grounding the experience felt afterwards. Before coming into it, I had been repressing this physical need that I wanted to get met for a while, and having experienced this, I've been able to express it without having to compromise my body and betray the relationship. So if you ask me for my answer, one, it's going to be different for everybody. Two, I think that it has to be through, you have to connect yourself physically or emotionally with other people in your environment. It could be in that way that I just described, with people you haven't met, or it could be with friends. Me, as somebody who lives my life in a lot of solitude, I forget the meaning of friends and spending quality time with people, not just time, but like really quality time and being present with people. I think that has helped a lot. And it helps to not judge those feelings when they come up, because as soon as they come up, our first instinct is to judge them. It makes you an amazing human being for thinking that way. But you also have to understand that these are needs that we have to figure out how to get. These are needs that aren't being met because we're in this long distance relationship that we need to figure out how to complete. And so this is my answer. I could be unloading complete BS. This may or may not resonate with you, but if it does, I hope that it genuinely helps improve your relationship in terms of a long distance relationship, and know that you're not alone in all of this. There's ways of navigating this sort of thing without having to compromise your relationship and without having to compromise your need. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Again, this was another unfiltered video. I hope you're enjoying these. This is the third one I'm making, and I love just being able to word vomit in front of the camera. But that's all I have to say for today. I love you. Have a good day, night, afternoon, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time.